Hello folks, in this video we will learn about the useRef hook in React using which we can manipulate our DOM directly. And we will learn this by building one very basic text editor. So I will start by creating one div, and inside the div I will create one text area. Now I will first of all give the type as text because we want text and it should be type and not type of. And then I want to give one placeholder. Let me write something. Yeah, I have written write something and we have something right now. Now I also want to give some input, so I will give one value and also one on change. And now we have some errors because we don't have the inputs. So let me just give some inputs. So I will write const input text and then the set input text function equals to use state and an empty string. So now we still have some issues, and the issues are we haven't really put these values here. So I will put input text here. And in on change, I want to change this thing. So I will have access to E, and then I want to set the input text to E dot target dot value. Very simple React stuff. So we have something right now. Now what do we want to do? Let me also add few buttons here. So I will first of all add one button and let me name this button as clear. So what I want to do is I'm writing something here and when I click on clear, it should be cleared. So how can I do that? So I will create one onClick function here and let me name the function as clear and let me make it capital C. And now let me just create the clear function. So function clear. And what should be the contents of this function? Ideally, it should be very clear. It should be something like this. So I will write set input text to an empty string. So now if I click on clear, everything is gone, which should be happening like this only because the input text is the value inside our text area. And whenever we are clicking on the clear, it is becoming an empty string. Now that is fine. But what I want to do over here is let's say I am clicking on clear and now we see that our focus is gone. Now let's say I want my focus to be present here. And this is something we can do using the useRef hook because the useRef hook allows us to manipulate the DOM and the focus is also part of the DOM. So I will start by importing the useRef hook. So at the top, I will import the useRef and then I want to use the useRef somehow. So first of all, let me just write something like this. Const ref lm equals to useRef and an empty string. Now, what is the meaning of this? We will see. Let me simply print our reflm and we get something. So let me just refresh and we have a current equals to one empty string. If I write, let's say hello over here, we still see current as an empty string and nothing else. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is simply that the reflm is has a default value of current set as an empty string. Now, how does it help us? It helps us by writing something like this. So let's say here I'm writing reflm dot current dot focus. So what I want to do is I want to focus on the current reflm. So what is our reflm? That is something I want to add in my text area. So in my text area, I simply want to use the user hook to somehow give the focus. So here I will use the ref. This is one HTML tag. And here I want to pass my ref element. So ref element. And now let me write something here, clear. And as you can see, we still have the focus. We don't have to get the focus once again. So this is one very simple use case of our user hook. So this is like whenever we are clearing something, let's say in MS Docs, we don't really want to lose our focus. We may still want to get it wherever we had. So that is how it is helping us. And also one more thing you can see is that now the current is the text area. So this hello, this things doesn't really make any sense. I can also make it empty and it will still do the same thing. It's not a big deal. So now let's make this app better by adding few more features. So let me first get the focus back on my VS Code. And below this button, let's say I want two more buttons. And this button will be named as bold and the other button will be named as italic. And the name says it, what it does. And I will also create these two functions. So let me just add bold and italic over here. And so that we don't have any issues, so I will also declare these functions. So I will write function of bold and then we also need the function called italic. Now what do we want to do inside our bold function? So I want my text to be changed to bold. So right now if I click on bold, nothing happens, but I want this to happen. So let me first of all just remove this console log of lm over here and let me add it inside our bold. So now whenever I'm clicking on bold, we are getting the current text area, which is our FLM. So if I do simply reflm.current, what do we get now? So we get our text area. And now we know something that whenever we have some HTML, we can access their styles by writing the style. So now if I click on bold once again, we have some CSS here. And what do we want to get over here? So let me just try to find something. Let me just try to find font weight. And as you can see, the font weight is empty. What I want to do is I want to assign some font weight to this basically text area, and then we will have it in bold. So let me just give the font weight as bold. And now if I click on bold, let's say, what do we have? We have das in bold. Now it's not flipping back, and that is because we haven't added that logic. It is only converting to bold, and that's it. But in our, let's say, rich text editor, I want our bold italic every switch to flip. So how can we make that happen? So let me just create one variable over here, and I will name it as current font weight per font weight. And this what this does is it will first of all take whatever is our basically ref.current.style.font weight, basically this thing. It will have access to this one, and then accordingly I want to flip it. And now I will write one if statement. So if let's say our current font weight equals to bold, then I basically want to change this thing. So this thing should be, let's say, one empty string, or otherwise, I want my thing to be changed to bold. Now let me just remove this line. And now if I click on this thing, as you can see, the switch is flipping. So our bold button works and our clear also works definitely. So does and clear, so like everything works. Now the same for the italic also. So I want my, let's say, current font, and this time we want the font style, not the font weight. So we have some font style over here, and this font style can actually make our like text change to italic. So I will get my current font style equals to basically the same thing, reflm dot current dot style dot my font style this time. And then okay, not so complicated stuff. And now I will check if my current font style equals to let's say italic. Not let's say, that's all what we want. And if this is true, then what do I want? I want my reflm dot current. I had to just copy this thing. It's not a good idea writing this thing every time. But anyway, font style. This thing should be normal. And I think this is not normal. This is one empty string in that sense. And otherwise, let me just copy this thing. Otherwise, this thing should be italic. So now let's see. I'm clicking on the italic. It is changed to italic. So does. And it is also coming back to normal. It is also italic bold. So everything is working fine. So you can also add underline and like the sky is the limit, anything that you want. So this is how the user hook works in brief. And in the next video, we will see how another interesting React hook works. So if you've learned something new in this video, consider liking the video. It gives me a lot of motivation to create out more videos like this. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time.